In the following video, we're going to examine how to describe and graph reflections. And when we're dealing with reflections, we've learned that if A is less than 0, the graph reflects over the x-axis. And now, describe the reflection in y equals the negative of the absolute value of x. So let's do the general form for transformations of an absolute value. A times the absolute value of x minus h plus k. Remember, h is your horizontal translation, and k is your vertical translation. We're just focusing on reflections in this example. So if I look at here, I have a times the absolute value of x. So I have negative absolute value of x. That tells me my a is -1. So that means my graph reflects over the x-axis. So now I graph it. Start with the parent function. Absolute value of 0 is 0, of 1 is 1, of 2 is 2, of 3 is 3, -1, 1, absolute value of -2 is 2, and -3 is 3. And just like before, we'll use a dashed line to graph these. And now we graph the transformation, the reflection. I'm telling you, it reflects over the x-axis. That means every point reflects over the x-axis. And so 0, 0 is already on the x-axis, so it stays the same. The 1, 1 is 1 unit away from the x-axis, so I'm going to go 1 unit down. Next point is 2 units away, so I'm going to go 2 units down. 3 units away, go 3 units down. 1 unit away, go 1 unit down. 2 units away, go 2 units down. 3 units away, go 3 units down. And so now I can see the reflection graph. And again, I'll change the color to green so we can distinguish between the parent function and the transformation, the reflection. So if you look, our graph looks like it is flipped over our x-axis. All the points are reflected over the x-axis because we have an a value of -1. Let's do the same thing for example 8, but this time it is instead of an absolute value, we have a quadratic. So the general form for quadratics are y equals a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k. Again, our h and k are our translations, our horizontal and our vertical, so we're not focusing on those, we're focusing on our a. So I have a times x squared. I see here a is -1, which means my graph reflects over the x-axis. And so we start with the parent function. Y equals x squared, so 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1, and 2 squared is 4. -1 squared is 1, -2 squared is 4. And I'm going to use a dashed curved line to graph this U-shaped parabola. And so now I reflect this over our x-axis. 0, 0 is already on the x-axis, it stays. This point is 1 unit away, so I go 1 unit down. This point is 1 unit away, I go 1 unit down. I have the point 2, 4, which is 4 units away from the x-axis, so I'm going to go 4 units down. I'm going to go 4 units down. And I'm going to use a curve, solid curve, to graph the reflection. And so there we have our reflection for it. Remember, for a is negative, the graph reflects over the x-axis. If a is positive, it's just going to open upwards. In the next video, we will examine how to understand, describe, examine our dilations.